On further, I would like to invite Poulomi Maulik, who is our third speaker today. Brief introduction about Poulomi. She specializes in management consulting with over 20 years of experience in IT, NBFC, telecom, BPO, KPO, focusing on strategy, program management and HR. She has led teams across India and internationally across Asia Pacific, MENA and EMEA regions, which is Middle East. She specializes in maximizing ROI through innovative growth strategies and integrated strategic performance management enabled and validated through strong research and analytics. Innovative approach towards creating growth strategies, building synergies, setting strategic priorities, initiatives, identifying new marketplaces, integrated performance management, program management and execution excellence. She is a maximizer, strategic and futuristic thinker, relator, problem solver and agile learner, and this inherent strengths ensures that she stays ahead of the curve in a rapidly evolving business landscape. She is a master influencer with a focus on consultative partnership. So there is a long list of her achievements and keeping the time management intact, I would directly like to invite her on the dais. And you can address the audience about your technique on emotional handling. So over to you.
So I think we will lead about my. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay, so after so much of good postures and the seating and everything, all about physical well-being, we should not forget what is emotional well-being, because that is also sometimes which prevents us from doing all that we want to do, because I don't feel like doing it. Sometimes when we are depressed, when we are stressed, we will go and stand up. Is that a thought in the mind?
Right.
Yeah, so I thought that it's a good addition to Dr. Dhotre and Dr. Singh. So I'll take up this topic now. Well, there was a long introduction. It's not that difficult. I do very simple things. And the area of emotional freedom technique, how I got attracted to it is by seeing somebody doing it, and I saw the result in front of my eyes. So I thought, oh, it's a wonderful technique that we can use. And that's the reason why, what I did, I wanted more information about it. So I didn't stop at just seeing and getting a certificate and doing that. So I went in, and it was a long, I always wanted to do medicine, which I couldn't somehow, for whatever reasons. But I found an opportunity, so I went and did an MD in alternative medicines and took a specialization in psychiatry. So this emotional freedom technique and many other techniques actually that I eventually learned, which is matrix screen printing and so on and so forth, what they do is they blend it so well into this, the alternative medicine thing, and I have used it. I used to do this as a passion. I used to serve at the hospital. So at a multi-speciality hospital, so I used to go and provide free service, consult with patients and people who go through depression and many other emotional and psychological ailments. So having said that, let's start with the topic. The topic is emotional freedom technique, and I'm thankful to 3 people who've taken this survey. Arvind, I think you had...
I had said it forward, but it was like last minute, I don't know.
So no problem. So at least 3 people could take it. I'm happy about it. I was not expecting anybody to take it. I thought I would come to this session and ask for it. But then thankfully 3 people took, and I can see the results in my mobile. I was just looking at that just before coming here, and I see that most of you have not heard the topic or the what is emotional freedom technique. So let me explain that. It's not a new technique. It's a very, very old technique. So have you heard of acupuncture?
Yes.
Have you heard of acupressure? So these are Chinese modalities of releasing blockages in certain energy centers of our body. You all know we have chakras.
Yes.
How many chakras do we have? Wonderful. So it's a great audience. So 7 chakras, but if you actually look at it, we have many more energy centers across the body other than the 7. So what this technique does is it combines the chi energy that Chinese medicine usually talks about, that life force. Chi energy is the life force. So it gets blocked in certain cases because of certain stresses, because of certain livelihood things that we go through. So it's a method to start releasing that and make the energy move around faster. Along with that, we build in intentions. Okay, we bring in intentions which are directed towards our stresses. So hence what happens, the combination gives us remarkable results. You know, I'm getting goosebumps because I just recollect the kind of benefits the patients I used to consult at the hospital got. So I'm just getting the goosebumps thinking about the kind of problems they went through and then the change. So it's a very, very useful technique. But today, before I go into talking about the technique, I would like you to do a small exercise, if that's okay with all of you. You can stand up. In your places, just make sure you have enough space around a little bit. Okay? I know you had breakfast, but it's okay. As a child, do you remember having touched the ground with your palm like that?
Yes.
Okay, let's see how many of you can do that.
This round.
Yeah, I think Rishi can definitely do
She
it.
has gone.
Our last stop is out.
Not like that, Aruna, that's easy. It's the palm.
And then we have to bend.
Without bending.
Without bending your knees. I mean, it's not like that. See that? Yeah, half. Sure. So, okay. You tried? All of you tried?
Yeah.
How many of you reached the ground with palms down? Half palm.
Half.
Half?
None of half.
1 inch difference.
Better than half. Better than half.
Half is not this half. वो जिसको हाफ बोल रहे हैं
Right? Yeah. Okay, so now please have a seat. Thank you very much. Wonderful audience. Let's clap for yourself. Now, let me ask you on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10. If I have to tell you your comfort and your ability to go down, where 10 is the worst and 1 is the best. So where will you place yourself? 8. 8?
Worst is
On what parameter?
2? Yeah. Which means you are good, you can go
Yeah, I
down like that and you can place your palm down.
Not done.
Then it is.
That is on the other side. Yeah, it's okay.
That's what happened.
So any others? Anyone else?
Five.
Okay.
Six.
I know. Yes, sorry. 6. Okay. Anybody else?
5, 6.
6. Okay, wonderful. Now, after I tell you this about this technique and you practice it for a while, let's see if we can go down a little more. Okay, instant?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's instant. Okay. Alright, so this technique, what it does, let me tell you the technique first, just to how to do it. Alright. So like I said, the body has, I didn't want to go through a lot of, theory here. A practical scenario is much better. I'll tell you what the benefits are once we're done with it. Okay, so first the technique. We have the energy points in our body, so let's identify what those energy points are and how it works. These are also known as tapping points. You can do a Google, it's very easy to find. There's a lot of research, there is a lot of book. There are a lot of books that actually can guide you through. So top of the head, okay, the first point. Next to the eyebrows here, okay, second point. Please remember the points because this is what we will use as an exercise. Okay. So top, here, Third point is here, side of the eyes. Okay. Fourth point is under the eyebrows. Fifth point is under your nose here. Sixth point is on the chin, like a little above the, here, on the middle somewhere here, in the chin. The next point, sixth point is here on your collarbone, or somewhere next to the collarbone. The seventh point is here, by the side. Okay, just a little, around the middle. Okay. Then, the next point is on the thumb here. Okay, the side of the thumb. A little bit here and there doesn't matter. Okay, so just the side of the thumb. Then on the side of the index finger, the side of the middle finger. Okay, we leave this out for now, the ring finger. On the little finger, on the side of the ring finger. So these are points. One of the most important points where we start with is here. It's known as the karate chop point. Okay, this is like, you go like that. So it's known as the karate chop point. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to do that. So it's a karate chop point. So here also we do a little bit of tapping. Now I have seen a lot of people do a lot of, you don't need the banding, just a little bit of touch. That's all. Okay. So do you want to do the points one more time?
Yeah.
Okay. So top of the head, all together. Top of the head. On the eyebrows, just next to the eyebrows, and a little bit here and there doesn't matter, so don't need to worry about the exact point. Then on the side here, side of the eyes, under the eyes, okay, then under the nose, under the chin, not under here, on the chin, on the collarbone, okay, on the side, and then on the finger. On the finger, leave the ring finger out, I'll tell you why. Then on the little finger, and then back here. Okay, and then this is the process we keep repeating. It doesn't matter if you do it 3 times or 7 times or 5 times, it doesn't matter. It's just doing, that's all. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you do it with the right hand or the left hand, it doesn't matter. Okay, if you want to do both sides, you're most welcome to do that. If you have both your hands free, up to your comfort. Alright? Okay, so what we are going to do is, here we have to do a setup statement. So first setup statement is all about acceptance. It's all about accepting yourself. Okay? And it's a very, very powerful and effective technique. Okay? So you do it and you get instant results. Alright? If you do it with intentions, you get instant results. Okay, so let me start. We start at this point, which is known as the karate chop point. Okay, you do it like this, you do it like this, you do it like this, irrespective. Okay, so this is known as the karate chop point. Just remember, we start with this point. Okay, we don't start here, we start with this point. Once we are done with this point, we go to here. Okay, alright, ready to start? Everyone, follow with me. Okay. So the first thing we do is the statement setup. Okay, that's the first step. So how do you do this? Okay, let me give you the, first we did an exercise, you saw. So that exercise is nothing, we just assess where we are. Now how do we assess where we are? We do the scale. So think about it, think about the problem or the stress that you're going through. Think about on a scale of 1 to 10, how severe it is. Okay, the more severe it is, the more we are closer to 10. Okay, once that is done, you start with the setup statement. What's the setup statement? Even though, so you can repeat after me, even though I feel a lot of weight around my stomach. We are following on that exercise, okay? The setup statement will differ depending on your situation that you're trying to repeat. Okay, so I feel a lot of weight around my stomach. I'm not able to put my palm down, standing up, without bending my knees. I still love and accept myself. This is very important. So, important parts of the statement. Even though I have the problem, whatever the problem, and then in between, whatever you want to write, whatever you want to add, up to you. At the end, very important to say, I still love and accept myself. Accepting yourself is very important to me. So let's start. Okay? All? Everybody with me?
Yes.
Okay? Even though I feel a lot of weight around my stomach and I'm no longer able to put my palms down standing up like I used to do when I was a child. I still love and accept myself. I accept myself even though it becomes a little difficult for me to bend down. I have not exercised enough. I take a lot of day offs from exercise. I like all the French fries and burgers from McDonald's. If I'm sad, I love a little chocolate as well. And the bitter one is not good. So I take the really sweet milk chocolate. I still love and accept myself. Even though I'm not able to bend much. And I'm not able to touch my palm down on the floor. While standing stretched. Without bending my knees. I still love and accept myself. But I know I'll be able to do it. Today. Right now. I'll go a little bit lower than what I did on the first attempt. Then 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 what I did on the first attempt. I still love and accept myself. I forgive myself for the guilt that I had so many chocolates. That I had so many sweets. That I didn't exercise. I let the stress stay with me. Sometimes I felt good with the chocolates. Sometimes I also felt good with the weight. But now I'm ready to let go. Now I'm ready to let go of the weight. Now I'm ready to let go of the weight. Now I'll be able to touch a little more than I did in my first attempt. I'll be able to do a little more than I did at the first attempt. I'll do a little more than what I did at the first attempt. Wonderful. Take a deep breath. All your weight is outgone. Okay? Alright, so shall we, take another deep breath. And out. Take another deep breath. Out. Relax. Alright, are we ready to take another attempt? Stand up. See, I'm really following their practice, okay? I'm really following what they taught. Okay, so at 1, 2, 3, we will try to go down. Okay, if you have a mat. Alright, so let's see how much you can go. See, I don't know, it's much better. A little bit more, I can see. I saw the first one, so I know. Do you feel a little better than before?
Yes.
Little better than before, but you can go a little bit more with your hands. Everyone, if you have a back pain, don't stretch, please. Okay, please sit down. Please sit down. Thank you very much. Give yourselves a big round. Now tell me honestly, how many of you were really able to go a little bit down more than your first attempt? You were? Yeah? Okay, now here's a word of caution. This is an exercise for the sake of the class. Alright? If you have a back pain or if you have any sort of pain in any part of your body, then do consult somebody like Dr. Gotre and somebody like Dr. Singh before bending and doing all this, because while it's a good exercise for weight loss, okay, but your physical body is also important, so take care of that as well. Right now, this was an exercise for just to show you how if you let go of certain things that binds you, it helps you achieve and reach further heights. Okay? And this is not true for illnesses, ailments or anything. If you do this, for example, I have tried this myself. If you are going for a meeting with your clients or somebody and you set intentions by, and you have a lot, even if you have a lot of nervousness, if I may call that, or you have a lot of, you're thinking what would he ask and will I be able to answer his questions or do I have answers to all his questions? You can set your intentions and put the statements the way I was going through. It's not important as to what you're saying, it's set the right amount. So the language, whether you want to do it in your mother tongue or in Hindi or English, doesn't matter. Okay? It's a very good influencing technique, let me tell you. So and I have tried this and I have got results myself, so I have done this, and when you reach the client, the client would already, sway to your direction. I don't know how this happens, but it happens, okay? I don't know the science because this is all about energy. Even if you don't believe in God, even if you don't believe someone in the higher self, but it's the universe, right? And the universe has energy. That we all would know. It's a science, right? So how this happens, I don't know. But the energies shift. Again, it's all these shifts in energies will make things happen for you. Alright, so that is what this technique is all about. You can use it for stress, you can use it for depression, you can use it for many other serious techniques, psychological illness. Let me take an example. Have you heard of PTSD? Post-traumatic stress disorder? It helps a lot with this. There are a lot of things. There was a research done on some of the veterans, the US veterans, people who serve in the army and then they retire and they come back and they go through a lot of traumatic situations and they go through this called PTSD. A lot of them have this PTSD. When they went through the emotional freedom technique sessions, what happened was that earlier they would need regular sessions with psychotherapists and therapists and all that. But once they did the emotional freedom technique, about 79% of them never went back to the psychotherapist. They didn't need to. And when they were assessed, they were no longer in the PTSD fit definition. So right, all psychological disorders, there is a book which rates the psychological disorders in severities and different. Why would you call a major depressive disorder, or would you call it a depression, or would you call a general anxiety disorder? There are grading and classifications all of this. Why in general term we call all of this as depression, but not everything is depression. Okay? So in psychological terms, there are a lot of gradings of these psychological ailments. Okay, and when we look at PTSD, there are certain like a scale. What level or severity of PTSD it is. So these veterans, they never came into the fit zone of PTSD. So see how effective this technique is, and they never went back to the therapist. So it's a very, 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 very effective technique. Please use it. You can use it for anything. If you want guidance, you can call me. I'll tell you how to do it. I have done it with a lot of patients of mine at the hospital when I was practicing. So I'll give you an example. There was a guy who came to me talking about his mother. His father had recently passed away, and it was about 7-8 months since his father had passed away. And this guy, he came to me asking that, is there something I can do for my mother, because she is not willing to visit any therapist and she's going through a lot of trouble, a lot of emotional trouble. So let me tell you what the trouble was. So I told him that it's very difficult to go to your home and do it, because he was asking me to come to his home to do it. I said, see, first reason is I cannot go to your home because here I have a setup. So if she has any challenges, I have a setup to take care of her. I cannot do that at home. Secondly, when she's away from her comfort area, she cannot go and retire into her room. Many a times these patients, what they do is, when they come, if you're doing it at their home, so they come and they're uncomfortable to some areas or some places where they get uncomfortable, they start not feeling well and they go and sleep in their room. So then you can't do anything about it, right? So I told him to get her. So somehow he managed to get her to the hospital, and believe me, within 1 minute, I just asked her, how are you and what's happening? I just asked her this, nothing else. What's happening? She tried to describe what she was going through in her head, in her mind, and within 1 minute she passed out. She became unconscious. Within 1 minute. And her son told me that this is the normal situation. Everybody comes home, she tries to explain what happened, and this is what happens. So from there, she was able to, she traveled to Canada to her second son, stayed there alone. She traveled, stayed with her son, because her son was going to have a child, both of them. So she stayed there, took care of them, and traveled back alone to India on her own. So she moved from there to that within like 3-4 months of treatment. Obviously, this was not the only thing, because she was at a very severe condition. Okay, so there were some remedies like Bach flower remedies. Have you heard of Bach flower remedies? Have you heard of Bach flower remedies? Okay, Bach flower remedies they look just like homeopathy medicines, but they are flower extracts. Okay, and there are 32 flower extracts that help you work on your emotions. Those are the only solutions available today that work on your emotions. Okay, so I give you a very simple remedy. If you can get it, you get it at a homeopathic store. It's called Rescue Remedy. It's a combination of 5 essences. When you feel very stressed, really stressed, don't want to consume it before you've tested it. So don't consume it. Just take it and apply on your skin. Okay, on your hands, on your head. You will see an instant relief in stress. Okay, remember the name of the remedy. It's called Rescue Remedy. It's a combination of, if you go to a homeopathy store selling Bach flower remedies, ask them where it is from. If it's from UK or something, you have a good brand. Okay, and ask them for a rescue remedy. They might say that we don't have a rescue remedy. Can I combine the flower essences and give them? That's also fine. Just ask them for the rescue remedy. They'll combine 5 extracts of 5 flowers and make you that remedy. If you don't want to consume it, consuming is the best, but if you don't want to consume it, has no side effects. Still, if you don't want to consume it, just put it on your palms, hands, put it on your face. If you're stressed, you will see instant relief within a few minutes. For people who go through a lot of these road accidents and all that happen, who go through a lot of trauma, okay, at the hospitals in the US and all, they put that on their skin and face just to calm them down. Alright, so use that. It's a very useful technique. It's a very useful remedy. If you want to know and understand more, if you're going through a personal stress or a problem, do feel free to call me. Arunima has all my contacts. So please feel free to call me. This is something that I'd like to spread around, because a lot of people need help with emotional, and remember, all your diseases are psychosomatic in nature. Majority of them. Okay? What do I mean by psychosomatic? They start psychologically. So all our bodies have an energy body. All our physical bodies have an energy body. So even before you have a disease in your physical body, it will appear in your energy body. Okay, and then it will move to your physical body. Alright? So all your diseases are psychosomatic in nature. Most of them are all. Are psychosomatic in nature. So take care of your psychological health. Your physical health will be better. Okay. Alright, thank you so much. Any questions? Please.
Are these to be, I mean, these sessions, whatever, are to be taken along with whatever remedies or therapies being
Not
taken,
necessary.
or it is
Not necessary.
together, or it is to be taken separately, or how does it work?
Generally, it's a great question actually. I'd like to say while each of these techniques are independent on their own, alright, sometimes depending on the situation or the ailment that you're trying to overcome, it might require a combination of therapies. A combination of therapies work better than a single therapy, but individually these techniques are effective in themselves as well. So if you want to use emotional freedom technique, it's effective in itself. You could see the result. We have not used anything here other than just a few statements and just a few taps. In 1 minute, something we did 1 or 2 minutes, and we were able to reach down better. So the technique is very effective. Independently, after you finish, take a deep breath and release. And when you release, just think you have released your tension. That will really help. Have a cup of green tea after that, it will be very relaxing. If you're talking about this is just for your information, if you're doing a very severe issue that has been persistent for a very long, okay, sometimes when you release, you might feel headaches and all of that. Okay, don't worry, nothing to worry about. Have a Saradon or something for the headache. Have a cup of green tea. Go for a nice peaceful sleep. You'll be fine.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Members, I thank all the esteemed guest speakers today. And as we inculcate our Rotary value of service and education, so I can see that education we also imparted to our two initial guest speakers, where they also learned something new, which was the emotional well-being, how to take care of our emotional well-being, while they taught about how to take care of the physical well-being of each and every member of the RCHE family here. We would want to spread this to our family who are not here, our spouses, our kids, so that even they inculcate these good habits on the physical posture, standing. So what the key takeaways that we take from today's session was that एक तो आपको अलार्म लगाना है to do something on a continuous basis, either to drink water or to get up and have more oxygen, expand your lungs and feel more fit. Secondly, to feel more fit, what she taught was, if you are not emotionally self-motivated, do whatever has been taught right from our forehead till our fingers, which will keep you motivated to inculcate these good habits. So thank you so much all the speakers, and I thank President Arunima Singh for getting all the 3 speakers, and it was an insightful session. So thank you so much.